Robert, welcome back to your latest news. We'll be talking the latest on the midfield situation. We've got some updates on Ederson from Atalanta. We've also got some other interesting news which we'll talk about surrounding Tchouameni and Rasmus Hojlund, and AMAD Diallo as well. But the first thing I want to start off by talking about is Ederson. I'm going to do a separate video talking about him in depth, but this is the news at the moment. This came out yesterday, and then there's been more talks today. United have had talks with Ederson's representatives via intermediaries in recent weeks. He's admired by Wilcox for years. His agent is pushing for a move. Nothing done yet, but interest is real, seen as an opportunity. So that's what came out yesterday. Then this actually came out before the sort of game against Sunderland from Italy. Manchester United closing in on Ederson. Negotiations are well underway. Ederson has said yes to Manchester United. So that's what came out yesterday. And then Fabrizio was done and had his say on the move. So he said the Ederson deal is not a nearly done deal yet. He's available for transfer, and United are actively talking to his agents, but we can't say a deal is almost closed. And Atalanta have a price tag of £39 million for Ederson. So, I mean, listen, the midfield situation, there's a lot of options out there. Ederson is just one of those added to the list of around 5 or 6 midfielders that United have. Now, Ederson, he's 26. He plays for Atalanta in midfield. And he's someone that has been on or been linked to United anyway for a few years. It's not like a recent thing. This guy has been someone who has been on United's radar and someone who is liked by Wilcox. I think he's someone who, listen, he's not your marquee signing, he's not your Anderson, he's not your Tchouameni, but he's definitely someone who can come in and do a decent job. He's got a lot of good experience, which is key. He's played in the Champions League. And listen, as a third choice option, he's someone who could do a decent job, with João Gomez looking as one of those options. He's looking like he's going to Atletico Madrid. Those sort of marquee options, or those sort of third choice options that are cheap, that can fill in for certain games, there aren't many of them, because if you're looking at someone like Mateus Fernandes, if West Ham stay up, he's going to cost you a lot of money. If you're looking at sort of João Gomez, he's on his way out. So then you have more lower league, Premier League players like Ethan Ampadu, Tyler Adams. So listen, Ederson is someone that seems affordable. If it's £30 million, then it's a decent deal. He's got a year left on his deal. But anything above £30, then you're getting in that dangerous territory where you're spending a lot of money. You have to look at what the midfield needs. We need 3 or 4 midfielders, probably 3. And Ederson is an upgrade on what we have. He might not be like your world-class player, but he is definitely an upgrade on Ugarte. He can do more, he can pass. He's very progressive with his passing. Defensively as well, relatively good. Has played in a mixture of 6 and 8 positions. Obviously, there is that worry similar to Ugarte without the Premier League experience, and we have seen United sort of signings not go as well because they don't have that experience. So that is definitely something that could happen. But yeah, Ederson, he's someone that's wanted. Is nowhere near a done deal, but United are having contacts with him and do definitely see him as a viable option. You can let me know your thoughts in the comments on that. Now, Tchouameni, this is what's being reported. United are monitoring Tchouameni and Real Madrid, however, no serious efforts are being made. Currently, because Real Madrid are not open to selling, Tchouameni has publicly expressed his desire and helped restore the club. If Real Madrid part ways, he would be a dream target. Now, again, Anderson's the number one. If United can't get him, Tchouameni will be someone they look at. Again, it all does depend on whether he actually wants to leave Real Madrid with the tensions high, and obviously sort of the whole thing with Valverde. I'm sure that's been sort of pushed over now, and they will be moving forward. Now, if United can't get their target, I'm sure they go out and sign him, because he's someone you can probably get if you offer him the right package. We're going to be in Champions League football. I think he'd actually work relatively well with me. He's a progressive passer, someone who can get on the ball, someone who can make a pass, can just sit in front of that back line and not do too much. And that is exactly what United needs. Someone who can just sit in front of the back line, make the passes, intercept play, and link them and have a bit of legs in midfield. And ultimately, Tchouameni is someone that can do that. So United are still obviously looking into Tchouameni, and I think he is an option they do consider. Is he your number one choice? No, but he's definitely a decent option you can definitely bring in. So that's Tchouameni. The next thing I want to talk about is Rasmus Hojlund. United are set to receive €44 million from next week on, plan confirmed, with an obligation to buy on for Rasmus Hojlund, which is good. Listen, it's not sort of a return on what we got for him in terms of that few years ago, but it's decent money. He's someone that is money that you can use to reinvest into the squad and potentially get a better option. You'll probably get some money from Zirkzee as well, and that can just be reinvested into the squad, and that's ultimately something that we're looking at. It's sad for Hojlund because I thought when he signed he had that good season, and second season he struggled, but ultimately he's doing a good job at Napoli and you wish him all the best. He's still a young player, but yeah, he looks good at Napoli, and I think the Italian league is one that really suits his ability. So yeah, United get a bit of money for him that can be invested into finding other strikers. Now the last thing, AMAD Diallo could leave this summer. AMAD is viewed as an exciting, versatile talent who's untouchable. Transfer window, especially after signing a new long-term contract. Now I've seen a lot of people criticise AMAD for his performance against Sunderland, and listen, his performances over the past few weeks have been poor. But I think United do consider him untouchable. He signed a new long-term contract in January. He's someone who does have a lot of good qualities. He is still a player who's still learning and might not be the finished article. But he's someone who, for me, can offer us stuff in big games that we need. And we haven't seen that enough this season. Hopefully next season we get to see the real AMAD that we know we've seen last season, where he was very good. And at parts this season where he was direct, he was scoring problems, he was creating chances, and he was someone who looked like a real danger, and he hasn't been able to get to that sort of form this season, which is disappointing for him. But hopefully, as I've been saying now, next season you back him. He is a top player, top talent, so hopefully he can deliver. Now on the other hand, Zirkzee. Manchester United will listen to offers for Zirkzee to boost funds for signing. So listen, it's looking like Zirkzee for a while. His exit's been on the card for United. I think Zirkzee, listen, he is a good player, good footballer, good guy, but ultimately I don't think he's someone that United need. We need more of a vocal point. I think technically he offers everything that you'd want, but physically as a number 9, he don't offer it, and that's why I think United will be looking at options for him. So yeah, you can probably get 20, 30, potentially even 40 million for him, and again, that money can be reinvested into the squad. It's sad because I think Zirkzee's 2 seasons have probably been average at best, and United, when there was a lot of hype around signing him, but that move just hasn't materialised in my opinion. So yeah, that's that. I think that's all the news right now. There's not really anything sort of happening. There were some talks about Bruno Fernandes signing a new deal, which I think will happen, and it's the right thing to happen. But yeah, the main thing was Ederson, and I'll probably do a separate video talking about it. So yeah, you can let me know your thoughts on Ederson in the comments. Would you want to sign him? I think definitely as a third choice option. He's got a lot of good things about him. He's a significant improvement. But is he what United need long term? Probably not. But again, it's all about 2 things: how much you signing for, and who else you signing with. And it's all about getting those profiles. So let's see what does happen, and you can let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Peace.